All right, motherfuckers, this is Zach's Half Black Full Hour. We're already talking. Let's go. So Hermione Granger was for sure coded as black with that mudblood shit. Let's just start there. All right, and then
Okay. Well, how do you know she wasn't Jewish?
That's what I was about to say. Thank you, Christian. Thank you.
Yeah,
she
there you go.
probably was
You
Jewish.
just want to claim everything for your team. How's that?
I pulled the card quickly. It's like my debit card. I'm like, I'll pay for that later. Credit card.
What? How did they describe her in the book? They said she had like poofy
Curly
hair, curly hair.
Curly hair. They said she was like really little, and
Olive
she like
skin.
kept rubbing her palms together a lot.
Did
you
they
know
say
what I
that?
mean? Like,
Did they say
it was
something
like-
about her having a hooked nose, and, like, beady eyes? I don't think they. I could be thinking about another.
She had very voluptuous lips, hips, and she had these big gorilla grips. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
She was a humongoid negroid. You know. We have to.
I don't remember
Called
that.
her
part.
what?
We're gonna need to. Yeah,
called
we're
her
gonna
what?
need to check the text.
Yo, listen. Harry Potter. So what is Ronald Weasley? If Hermione is not
The
black,
Irish,
Ronald,
bro. What do you mean? He's Irish. He's Irish. Come
He's
on.
like, my family had slaves. Go back far
Yeah.
enough. My family were slaves.
No, I mean he's discriminated against heavily because he has.
He
red hair.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And because his
They make
family
fun of
has
him
like
for the
8
entire
different
series.
kids.
Yeah, his family's like poor. They're on welfare, and like they have a lot of kids.
Oh, so Hermione would be Jewish, and then okay, wait. So then
Irish.
Harry Potter
That's
must
it, man.
be
You're right. They're
Irish.
Irish.
It's kind of funny
I
how
mean,
Harry Potter
set in the
is
UK.
such a famous name. It's such a famous name that we all think it's like a normal sounding name because you've heard it so many times. But have you ever met a guy in real life named Harry? I've never met a guy our age named Harry. Maybe like an old dude, but
No, I've met a lot of
anyone
Chinese
our
guys who chose the wrong name. You know.
Okay, please elaborate. I'd like to hear.
They went for Harold, you know, like
Okay.
from Harold and Kumar, and then it's just like your name's Harold. No one calls a nigga named Harold, bro. You call him Harry.
True.
Knees weak, arms are hairy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's noodles, you know.
Have you seen this video of like some
It's the same
cool,
spaghetti as noodles. That wasn't racist.
Yeah, no, that was very racist. But have you guys seen this video that's been going around? Or I don't know if it's been going around, but I saw it on Instagram.
Oh, Island Boys?
No. It's either like a city
Oh,
council
come on.
meeting or like a school council meeting, and they're reading off the names of the people who signed up to speak, but it's all fake names that some kids submitted.
Like,
Oh yeah, it was
my-
fantastic. It was great.
It's all like
No, I didn't.
Suck-matic, and then nobody comes up to the front, and they're like Don Keating, and they're like, and they go through like 20 of these, and it's like the guy never realized. It's like, wait a minute, all of these are
until he finally gets
extremely-
to see more butts. He's like, wait, have I been duped this whole time?
No, he goes through the whole thing.
Yeah, he
and
goes through the whole. You've seen this, Armand?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's hilarious. He goes through the whole thing.
Have you seen this? Have you heard?
Not
this?
once thinks that there's anything going on with him. He's reading
Yeah,
it
it's like-
stone faced. Just
You have to wonder
I
if
forgot
it's
all the
fake
other ones.
because
But they're
the guy
so good.
the
No,
guy
that's-
never realizes. So I have to wonder if it's fake. But it's like it seems like that would be pretty hard to fake, you know.
And like to what end? There was a kid in our graduating class who tried to pull that shit. His name was Jack, and he tried to say his middle name was Mehoff, like a German name or some shit. And then that
Wait, which
I don't
Jack?
Simmons.
No.
Oh!
Yeah, bro.
His real name was Simmons.
No, Jack
That's
Simmons was.
hilarious.
Jack Simmons was a G, my guy. That kid.
So what,
That's
so
so
what
funny.
ended up happening? He tried to say his middle name was
He
Mihawk.
tried to what, and then I think
Jack
that
me
just,
off, Simmons.
the principal was just like, absolutely not. There's no way I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
You're
It was
like,
just
all right,
like,
I'll
oh,
call
shucks.
your mom. Let's go.
It's a good
Did
one,
you
though,
guys
you
have
know?
a, what?
We was it still as Kitchens at the time?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a senior prank at your high school?
We had a shitty one, didn't we?
What was it?
There was like, I don't
Wait, Ian,
remember
did
any.
you go to high school with Armand?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
all
Okay.
three of us went to high school. Or like, there's never like much, but I do remember like a couple of people running across the field in
Yeah.
onesies and shit, spandex
I was
suits,
locked
you
up.
know. There was some other like kind of stupid shit, but like at that point, I feel like we couldn't have gotten away with like anything. Like it would have been
There
like,
wasn't like a
No.
unified.
No, the thing
Okay.
is, the year prior, the seniors
Yeah.
thought it would be a good idea to super glue all of the locks,
yeah,
Are you serious?
so
yeah.
no one could get into the classes or anything.
Dude, that's like thousands of dollars of damage.
That's exactly it. So they came out and they were like, "Listen, if any of you motherfuckers try any stupid prank, I swear."
Original devious lick.
Yeah.
We're just gonna steal away all of our time and parents' tax dollars by not
Yeah.
letting ourselves in the class. Kids,
You
education
guys,
is important.
You
That's
guys
what
hear
the-
Colin
that's what my-
Powell died? Colin,
Oh,
Colin,
yeah,
however you
dude.
say it.
Colin
Yeah.
power
Colin.
shits from the good old blessed gift from God.
I don't
Kobe,
know
right?
anything
Yeah,
about
I mean,
Colin Powell's.
It's funny
career.
how Herman Cain, right? Herman Cain got
Herman
it.
Cain. Well, he was kind of just he was a meme, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to laugh when he dies because we never viewed him as a person.
Well,
It was like
Colin
a cartoon.
Powell.
Colin Powell, what like I remember watching Jib Jab videos.
Were they a
of being like,
person?
Yeah,
Colin Powell, yeah, he was the guy.
he
the
Secretary
WMD
of
helped
Defense.
orchestrate the Rocky War.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had an
that's the thing.
extremely long and decorated career in the military and national security, defense,
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
For people
bro.
people our age,
He's
mostly
good
know
at killing
him
brown
from-
people, is what you're saying.
Wow. So you're just gonna shit all over a successful black man like that?
Yeah, that's my job.
Is that what this
bro.
show is about?
Until
No, but
I
anyway,
get to
people-
his level.
People our age mostly know him from the Senate hearing where he was saying, "Oh, we found the uranium in Saddam Hussein's garden or whatever." You know.
yeah.
What I mean?
He also like,
But
yeah,
I'll say one thing about him because I don't know that much about him. But dude, that name is pronounced Colin. You dick.
Are you sure?
That is not. You're saying it wrong. That's
Are you
totally
sure?
bullshit. Yeah. fuck you.
Colin Powell.
Sorry.
I could not agree more with
Are you
Christian.
sure?
There's like this old meme from like the second or like probably like 2003 where it's like isn't it crazy that like the world is run by three dudes named Dick, like Bush and Colin or whatever the fuck it was. And it's like I remember thinking about it then. I was like, why? Like that's Colin. It's pronounced Colin. And
Yeah.
it's like yeah. Beyond that,
Dick Bush and Colin. That's pretty
yeah.
funny. Actually.
What?
pretty hilarious, top notch humor. Yeah.
But anyway,
fucking-
shouts out Colin. Rest in peace.
Colin Powell's legend, man.
Yeah, legendary in the defense community. You know.
legendary and dead. Now he's really dead. Colin got COVID.
Yeah, he died from COVID. So damn, that's crazy. And he was vaxxed up too.
Probably
He
smoking
was
too much weed,
vaxxed
bro.
up? No way.
Yeah, he was, but I think he had like some pretty serious like other conditions, like he had cancer and I don't know. So
I mean, he was 84, so it's like
yeah, I think it's more that he died from complications from COVID rather than like the COVID just straight up killed him.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
tough.
anyway,
Man, that put a damper on the mood.
Yeah, it did,
yeah.
it
Now I'm
shut
just
it
thinking
down.
about how much I miss Colin. We're never gonna see him speak again in front of the Senate, lying about nuclear arms in foreign countries.
Have you guys seen the any movies recently? I saw the James Bond movie recently.
There's a new James Bond. Is it with Black James Bond?
Yeah, she's in it.
Oh,
There's
you
Black
saw
James
that? My
Bond?
brother wanted
It's
to
a
see
she.
that
Wait,
tonight.
there's a Black woman James Bond.
Yeah, wow.
She's in it for most of the movie. Yeah.
Wait a minute. What do you mean she's in it for? So is she 007 or is she not?
I mean, this is gonna be a bit of a spoiler, but like she is technically 007.
Okay.
They like bring her back. Yeah, it's like I mean, yeah. So like at one point in the movie, they kind of like have this sentimental moment where like he takes it back or whatever, but she has the number because he's like retired or whatever. And it's just, yeah, Daniel Craig is just, as all the James Bonds are, it's like, dude, you are just in ridiculous shape. That's fucked up. Just like
they
ridiculous.
definitely gave him roids, and they're like, all right, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
No, he's got to be pretty old now, too. I remember when Casino Royale came out, and that was a really big hit. And he was yoked in that movie, and that was like 13 years ago. That was a long time ago.
That one was good.
He was a model. First and foremost.
Oh, he was a model before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't he like super short? I remember seeing that he's like pretty short.
Have you guys seen the movie Layer Cake?
Yeah, I like that movie.
So he's in it, and Tom Hardy is too. Man, I think they're around the same height. I think
Tom Hardy is a very square face.
Yeah, Zach told me that Tom Hardy is his celebrity past. Like
what?
Zach said,
when did I ever do this?
When you were in a relationship, and then you told me that that's what you said to your girlfriend. You don't remember that?
Did that work for you, Zach?
Oh.
He said that's my hall pass. If I ever saw Tom Hardy, it'd be going down in an instant.
I don't believe, but
I thought that's what you told me.
I might have been liable to say a thing or two about fucking Tom Hardy.
He would be getting Tom Hard.
Yeah.
It was right there. Somebody had to do it.
Oh god, boys.
Dude.
All right, Zach. So
So I have to upgrade the Zoom.
Why? Why do you have to upgrade the Zoom?
I don't know, nigga. I guess they're really trying to get me. They're like, I see what you're doing. You're trying to make a podcast, nigga.
No,
there's a time limit.
Over the limit, man.
I think
we went over the 40-minute limit.
Well, I started.
But I thought, wait. Do you have to pay for that?
Oh yeah. Come on.
You have to pay money.
Yeah, you have to pay money.
How much?
I think it's like $15.
That is so much. What the fuck?
It's not as much as Apple Podcasts. Like,
did you get this? Hey,
let's hold up. Let's not start here with the money talk. This isn't fucking what's it? Bitcoin. Y'all see that it jumped? Y'all niggas still broke.
I think that shit's
Y'all niggas
that stuff's all.
Me too. Don't get me wrong. I will always be broke. I live in perpetual poverty. It's awesome.
I have
the happiest Negro
in any of those coins.
Yeah, I have no faith in
but they're a great pump and dump, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what I call all of my sexual ventures, pump and dumps.
Right.
Success.
Tell the next girl you date, you remind me of Dogecoin.
Hey, are you an altcoin
for more than 6 months? I'll call you my Shiba Inu.
Oh, okay, not bad. So, I guess. Well, actually, that would be next week. But who has any plans for Halloween? What are you guys planning to do for this holiday?
Today in the week is my brother's birthday.
Isn't? Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I told you this. I'm insanely religious. I actually will go protest against Halloween.
With the Westboro Baptist Church, he's just going to be like,
yeah,
God hates.
No Halloween. Yeah, it is a little satanic, isn't it?
No, it'll be great. I'll go, and then right at the very end, I'll be like, thank you for the best Halloween I've ever had. This was so much fun, guys. I really wanted to dress
take off the GoPro, like, oh, this is gonna be so good.
This is so fun.
I'm editing the fuck out of this. You guys look like idiots.
You guys are fucking stupid. All right, who wants to party?
Halloween.
What was the last holiday? You said Halloween is the best holiday?
Absolutely.
It's such a great holiday.
Candy time, dude.
Do you usually dress up? I mean, I know you don't go trick or treating, but do you like
You
dress up?
don't dress up,
man? You don't go trick or treating.
I don't really like dress up. Like, well, I'm gonna be in New York on Halloween. And I brought like my tracksuit, so it's like an old '80s tracksuit. It's like blue and just pop up in that shit. But usually no.
Fun.
Halloween's just like a good excuse to steal.
Be debaucherous.
Yeah.
To steal? What
are you stealing
on Halloween?
Wait, you told me you guys don't steal candy from kids? You guys are cowards.
Well, that's called robbery because I jumped the kids. I'm like, you got Snickers in that bag, son? And they're like, please, sir, I don't like your costume. I'm like, it's not a costume. You're getting robbed.
Around 9th grade or something like that, there was this fat kid in my school. Maybe it was 8th or 9th grade. There was some fat kid in my school. Well, no, he was one of the fat kids. He was one of those kids who it's like, that's kind of like what he's known as. You know what I mean? Like he's known as the fat kid.
He was known as the fat kid?
Devolved into
because that was kind of like the overwhelming. That was kind of like his overwhelming personal quality. But anyway, he was at our lunch table. I didn't really like this kid that much, and he was at our lunch table one day. This was after Halloween, and he was like,
"Is it Arjang or something?" Like,
no, Arjang wasn't really.
Arjang was skinny,
man.
I
wouldn't say he was.
Can't name drop like this.
Skinny, but
this can't go anywhere.
But the kid was like,
I just wanted that.
Town.
I just wanted that horrible reaction.
Of usable time right now.
No, I paid for this shit, dude. We're
okay,
good.
Christian, keep going. I want to hear the story about the fat kid.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he came to school on Monday, at lunch on Monday after Halloween, which was for the weekend. And he was like, oh yeah, I live in a part of town without much foot traffic. And it's a rich part of town. And so me and my friends, we were trick-or-treating in my neighborhood, and everyone there just leaves the candy outside because they're wealthy. And also there's not that many people walking around. And he said he and his friends literally emptied every single one. They took all the candy. They didn't leave any for anyone else. And it's like, dude, he's telling us this like it's like he's cool for doing this. You know what I mean? He's like, yo,
how many friends was he with? He was by himself, dude. He was by himself and just smuggled candy.
Me and all my friends, I brought my stuffed animals. It was great.
He's like, me and the Beanie Boys. My Beanie Baby boys, we fucking wrecked town, boy. Oh man, I put them in.
We're already old enough. We're already old enough where having a bunch of candy isn't that cool anymore. You know what I'm saying?
When you can buy candy, it's weird to go take free candy.
Yeah, man. I gotta tell you, the last time I trick-or-treated, it was a sad way to end it. My friend and I from high school, we were in high school, right? And we were trying to trick-or-treat, thought it was a good idea. And we went as track athletes. So we were running around getting candy. Got to this door finally, and this lady looks at us and goes, "You're way too old to be trick-or-treating. Get out of here." And we were like,
"What?
Oh."
Brutal.
God, that's so mean, dude.
Yeah, she just like shook her head and was like, "How dare you guys?"
It's free candy, bitch. Fuck.
And then as we're running off, she goes, "And put on a shirt." And we were like, oh shit, okay.
I think
how old were you?
Yeah, this had to have been freshman year.
I was like 16, 17.
Oh god, no.
Oh yeah, okay. You're too old.
You had hair on your chest, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
I thought you were like 13, 14.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Hold on.
Oh man, it was fun. We ran around and got some free
candy. Fun for you. People are like, there's a shirtless hairy man and a fucking
my friend went as a clown, which also terrified everyone. What is a clown?
Why? That's
I wanted to go out with like I wanted to go out with like a Jason mask or something on Halloween once, and my dad was like, "No, you'll get like attacked." Like sometimes people get crazy on Halloween, and I was like, "What? It's a costume. That's the whole point of the holiday." He's like, "No, don't get out of that."
No. Trust me.
He was like, you're not leaving the house with that mask on. I was like, okay, well, you're misunderstanding the point here, Dad.
It was funny.
He's got a point because
I saved your life.
Someone in a Jason mask like on Halloween, does something bad.
Yeah.
That's the best day of the year to commit a crime. Halloween.
True.
That's why they don't let motherfuckers in banks, because they're like, no, just please don't. And they're like, what? My suit with the oversized shoes. And they're like, what's in the shoes? And they're like, nothing. Nothing's in the shoes. And then they just hear the bullets clanking around next to your toe tips.
Where it was like you were wearing a mask like everywhere. I just like walked into a bank with like a bandana and like sunglasses on, and the security guard just like held the door for me. It was delightful.
You're like, this is great.
It was delightful.
He's like, come on in, buddy.
And then you're like, say hello to my MP5.
Israeli made, baby.
It's your birthright.
Ian, have you gone on the birthright trip?
No.
You really should, dude. That sounds fun.
It's a little late, isn't it?
You'd have to.
Isn't there like a time?
You're like 32. I had a buddy who went on it though.
You should go.
He was probably not for me, but like
it's for Jewish people to procreate. That's why.
Yeah, I heard they set you up with hot babes.
Yeah, they just like, here are the women.
Wait, they do?
My wife.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They want you to mingle with the young
to keep the Jewish pop to bounce back.
Trip, bro. It's like they bring a bunch of American Jews out there. They're like, all right, you're gonna go to this like diner disco where you're all gonna like take Molly, you know what I mean? And eat,
what?
Alcoholic beverage. What? Dude, that is the main export of Israel.
What you gotta do?
Common misconception.
Lie.
The main export of Israel is
pussy.
Disco burger joints. I promise you. I swear to God, it is.
Wait, have you been to Israel before?
Man.
Wait, what?
Have you been there before? Like not on birthright, but just for like a trip? Have you been there?
No, my sister and my mom went when I think my sister was like 14 for like a cousin's like bar mitzvah, and they got me like one of those sister
jars of dirt, holy land dirt, royal soil.
It was when I was in high school, and it was like during finals, and I was like,
you were like, actually, it's gonna be better. There's gonna be an open house, so this will be a little bit more fun.
Hey.
I don't think I would go. I don't know. Like, I've never been like really Gulf for like Middle East. Like, would you guys ever? I guess it's Zach's the only, or Zach.
I'd love to go to the Middle East, dude. I'd love to go to Iran.
Jordan for like
around
a
would be
few hours.
That's where my family's from. I would love to.
I'd only be comfortable going to one of those places if I were with someone who's like
if I was with the U.S. military.
Like I have a friend who's Pakistani and his family's like pretty well connected in Pakistan, and if I went there with him, I'd be safe. I could stay in a nice house, and I wouldn't, you know what I mean? But if I went to Pakistan by myself, I would be. I would feel very uncomfortable.
If I didn't have somewhere I could stay in Iran, I wouldn't go either. There would be no point.
Christian is.
I'm not gonna go like
to the hotel.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna go to the Motel Holiday Inn in Pakistan. You know what I'm saying?
Christian is going to be the next member of ISIS-K in Pakistan, guys.
Speaking only English, can't grow a beard, and all of a sudden, he's got striped and black flags everywhere.
But to go off your comment, Ian, Zach was saying, and I totally am behind his idea. Zach was saying that I should start taking some HGH, start upping my test, you know what I mean, and grow a beard. Me and him move out to the Middle East. We go to the mountains. We train in the military arts. Join the Taliban, and then we fly planes into the Twin Towers.
This wasn't my idea.
What the fuck
and Zach was saying.
Hold on now.
No, and Zach was saying we're gonna manifest the caliphate, and I was like, yeah, like he's making some sense here. You know what I mean?
International caliphate, no borders, man. That's Zach's idea.
Hey man, it's my half black full hour, not my full Muslim fucking praise to Mecca hour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but yeah, I'm about to dip. I gotta go hit the gym before it closes, and
all right, man.
I only set aside an hour. I'm sorry, man. Enjoy
everything that you were adding to this conversation was.
It was pointless, right? Yeah, it was useless. You're right, Zach.
No.
But we learned that you could have a blurred background, and for that,
no, it's the most important thing. Here, I'll get real close, and then that'll probably make you happy too, right?
We were more so mad that you
my
didn't
face
join
is
the
just,
Taliban
man.
discussion right there.
if you say your face
you could
is
have really
like a
added to
man's
the
face,
ISIS talk.
No, it's just got a lot of like bumps on it right now.
but
Up my
chicks
skincare.
dig that.
Wash your pillowcase.
Do they? Yo, I know.
No, but
Zach,
here's
my
one
pillowcase
thing.
needs to be washed.
Here's one thing to go off what Armand said is, depending on where it is and the shape of it, sometimes chicks could really dig a scar on your face. But it depends.
you're right.
Lucky
You know
man
what I mean?
scar?
Yeah, if you have like some like line
that's
here,
the lucky
that
man
could be
scar.
Like Harry Potter.
That's all.
Yeah, true. If you happen to have a lightning bolt straight on your fucking
that'd
forehead,
be fucking bad, bitch.
yeah.
All right, I'll leave you with this, Zach. I've already told you about this. The thing that's the most important with women is just got to accept that you're a human dildo. Because one just told me that, and it was quite life changing. I was like, "So what do you think I am? Like a human dildo?" And she goes, "No, you're a talking dildo." And I was like, "I have a brain," and she goes, "Well, you don't need a brain to fuck me." And I've never heard such a romantic ever. I mean, she made me believe in love again.
It's a Nicholas Sparks book. Just written.
So
in
where
the
is she now?
stars.
Where's she? Where's is she?
She's blowing up his phone.
I think she's four
blowing up his
voicemails
phone.
deep right now.
She's blowing up his phone. She's blowing up his phone, making his day a little bit worse each passing
A little
moment.
funnier. She'll be like, "I just don't understand why the things I said bothered you so much." It's like, it's okay, buddy. You're okay.
I'm just a talking dildo. Don't mind me.
I was just a dildo.
It's fine. No, I mean it's fine. I'm okay with being a dildo to someone, but like,
Just keep it to yourself,
keep it to yourself, please. We all know what we're here for.
That's the job you signed up for, man.
Yeah, right?
Hey, work for the job you want, all right? Not for the one you have.
Exactly. I'm
Lead it
thinking,
from the
and you got to
back.
dress for it too. So the goal for next week on the podcast is I'm gonna actually come dressed as a dildo.
Why are we wearing the same shirt? What the fuck happened? You got hey, what the fuck?
The top
It's
is like white.
Yeah.
That's
The
pretty
brown
cool.
people are wearing gray, and the
Yeah, there might be a
planned
deeper
this.
meaning in all of this,
what
but
the
I'm not
fuck?
sure.
We are wearing the same sweater. That's funny.
You planned that. The two
Not
of
at
you
all.
communicated beforehand.
What we always do.
You were,
All right.
you were
I
like,
might
we're
keep
gonna
you
wear
guys
matching
on
clothes.
on my thing so I can talk to you in the gym when I walk over there.
You should, boys. You should.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
I'm trying to get some
you
games,
should
man.
record. You should
Yeah.
record these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you
in
should
the
have your
sports.
camera on and
And-
between pumps, just like make some comments. You know what I'm saying? Just
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
You're so right.
yeah.
Yes.
That's being a hype man.
The
bro.
guy who works at the gym calls me big guy, and it makes me just feel so happy every time I go. What's up, big guy?
You're like,
How you doing,
I am
big
pretty
guy?
big. Yeah, that's
I
right.
am a big
I'm
guy.
huge.
I am pretty muscular. Thank you for
But
noticing.
he thought I didn't work out for 15 days because it was dog sitting for like 10. And then I was like, no, I've been working out. And he's like, oh, really? Like, you keeping up the gains?
Looking a little
Actually,
small.
I
You're
can
right.
tell, man. I can see a couple veins. And I was like, thanks.
You're like, I am pretty vascular. Thank you.
I'm
for
a
that.
Yeah,
vascular
we'll be leaving
man.
now. All right, later. I'll see y'all later.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man.
Peace, Armand.
Armand out. So
So Zach.
anyway, let's disparage Iran now. Them Persians lost to Grecian
Of all the
bastards.
countries that I really dislike,
How do you lose to Greeks? Oh my god.
did they lose to Greeks at something? I'm not really a history guy.
You think in
The
soccer.
Battle of Thermopylae. Soccer.
Wait, are you being serious or are you just making shit up right now?
That's what the movie 300
I'm
is
making
about.
shit up.
Oh, yeah. But that's different. It wasn't Iran at the time.
I mean, it's more so like it's not Iran currently. It's still Persia. You ask an Iranian if they're Iranian, they're like, I'm Persian.
Would they say that?
Well, we just lost the one that we had.
The one guy that we could ask.
that could really confirm me on this one, but and he's only half. That's the beauty of it. You only got to have it. It's that one drop rule with Persians too.
Is it that one? I haven't heard of this rule. Can you elaborate?
You haven't heard of this rule? I forgot
like,
I think it was a PragerU video I was watching where it had a goddamn chart and it was like quadroon and octoroon, and I was like,
why?
We're explaining all this.
The one drop.
Are you watching a PragerU video?
I don't think I was watching it directly. It was more so someone commentating on it and being like, what
Yo,
the
Zach,
fuck? What?
You should put your mic down a little so we can see you better. I can hardly see. Yeah, that's better.
It's like cypher rap up in here. Zach is just like whispering into the mic.
He's really getting up close to it. No, but there are so many channels in on the left spectrum of politics on YouTube that do a lot of PragerU takedown videos. It's kind of an easy target, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they have Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens on. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's just free money. That's free money.
Candace Owens has got to be. I know this is not supposed to be a political podcast, but it's like, goddamn, like.
That's an easy layup,
bro. Yeah, well, so there's that. She is, yes, I agree. But also, it's like this woman has to be dishonest. You know what I mean? It's like she's got to know that she's full of shit.
Oh, like, she's grifter number one, dude.
Yeah, you could make the argument that at least Ben Shapiro actually believes what he believes. But with her, it's like, come on. This has got to be an act,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Candace Owens, I feel like definitely knows like where the money comes from. Where like I feel like Ben Shapiro just like really believes that like facts really.
Well, he and Steven Crowder are both like super big on abstinence and like wait until marriage to have sex. And yeah, that's why Ben Shapiro freaked out on WAP, and he was like, "Yeah, this is the reason why," and I'm telling you, this is the reason why.
They're just fucking nerds. That's what it is. They're just like
they're religious nuts who like they're what one couple centuries removed from being Wahhabist terrorists. Like they believe the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
that's a good point though.
Do they believe the same shit? I don't know if they believe the exact same shit as Wahhabis.
It's the same book. It's literally the same book.
No,
dude.
It's not the same book.
The Muslims added a chapter. Christians added
a lot of stuff. No, they added a lot of stuff.
The Jews had volume 1 of the mixtape. So like, like Muslims are like Christians had the sophomore album, kind of whack, didn't really work out that well. Muslims.
What do you mean? It's the best seller of the bunch. What are you talking about? It didn't work out that well.
There was a bunch of
The Godfather too.
All of its tracks are on different greatest hits albums. It's so split up that you can't even listen to it all.
Who's an artist? I'm like reaching for an analogy right now. Who's a musical artist whose second album was there? Oh yeah, that's true. Lil Wayne. There you go.
Well, everything he got was hitters. Everything he got was hitters until the end.
But Carter 2 was more. It sold more copies than Carter 1, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, yeah, because.
And then Carter 3 sold like the most copies. Muslim, like Islam.
That was actually the first. Yeah, that was the first rap album I ever bought. Carter 3. Yeah. It's a good album.
It was a good album.
Yeah, good fucking album.
The first.
He has a song where he's talking about like. He's like a doctor and he's like saving hip hop and shit, bro.
Oh,
he's saving bad rappers.
Trying to resuscitate it, and then the end is like, "Oh, you saved him." It's Dr. Carter.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it's kind of corny, but
it is. It's a cool theme though.
The nurse introduces the patient. This guy, he's. Like his metaphors are extremely weak. You know what I mean? Like she says some shit like that. His wordplay is extremely subpar. Yeah.
I like how they like shit on a dude. He's like, and he has no swag. And it's like, how do you get this man swag? Like, how does that?
Lil Wayne's like, all right, let me see what I can do.
Let me bust down some of these trunk fit fucking fitted hats and some Percocet and some lean. And
it's kind of sad to see him though now, because it's like is he 40 yet? I don't even know if he's 40 years old yet, but dude, he looks awful. Like, goddamn, this guy looks like he's 50.
Like, he looks very old. It's like, yeah. And like still like can absolutely rap, but it's just like, dude, fuck. You just like, you can't just drink lean every day for like 15 years and not have, and be good.
He's a great example of like why Master P, even though he might not have been the best rapper, is probably the smartest rapper when it comes to longevity. Or it's like Birdman currently, he just signs other people and like is in their music videos doing like gang hand signs with them. Not even doing that anymore. It's kind of funny. I mean, so you guys know about Rich Gang, that new like, I guess, label, right?
Rich Gang is not new. That's like 6 years, 7 years old.
New compared to like, I don't know.
Newer than Cash Money, you mean?
Yeah, right. Because Drake's still making fucking music. Nicki Minaj still makes music. Like, I guess it's a different Gunna than the Gunna from Young Money, is it? Like, is that a different Gunna?
I know there's a Gunna who's signed under Young Thug, whose music I think
he did like songs with Lil Wayne back in the day.
Did he? Is he that old? I don't know how old he is.
That's the thing.
If you're like a 35-year-old rapper, do you really want to be signed on like a 22-year-old rapper's label though? Is that not like a diss?
Well, if he makes a lot of money, like, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
It's about monetary gain. That's the name of this game called life, dude. That's why Monopoly is such a heart-wrenching game to play with your family, because it's the exact analogy of trying to own a small business. It's just like, I hate you guys. I hate you. You can't deal with money and you take all of mine. It's like being a father. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that game just takes too fucking long. You know what game takes a long time?
That's what makes you mad? That's the least infuriating part about it for me. Ooh, you know what's infuriating? Is when people say frustrated. Brother? Oh, that's
tell me what's frustrating.
Frustrating. When people say frustrating.
Yeah, I hate that too.
It's just like, dude, I know you write the R, so can't you say it?
Yeah. There's a couple words that people always mispronounce like that. Frustrating is one of them. Or like, what's the other one I'm thinking of?
Oysters?
Strawberry.
Strawberry? You hear people mispronounce strawberry. What did they say?
Strawberry.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Or like, you know what bothers me, but probably shouldn't because it's not a big deal. But people will say like street. You know what I mean? Like as if the word starts with an SH. You know what I mean?
Christian,
or they'll say like
street.
I think you're just making fun of people for their lisp.
Yeah, well, they deserve it. Correct your palate. Correct your palate posture, buddy. You have a lazy tongue. My cousins legit had that. They would. No, they got diagnosed with like, I don't know what.
You got lazy tongue, boy.
Yeah, no, they got
pussy. His strength
like
that
they were already like teenagers, and the doctor like nobody.
No poon, dude.
You know what I mean? Their parents were just too lax about it and let them like
snacking on snatch, bro. That's how you be. That's snacking on snatch.
So do you do the muff dive, Zach?
Oh man, muff burgers are my favorite lunchtime snack. Middle of the day, just going. I don't need no lettuce, pickles, or tomato.
Christian, you give head?
I won't need a
condiment. I will do it, but it has to be very clean. You know what I mean? It has to be very like some people will like they'll meet a girl for the first time, maybe at a nightclub or someplace like that.
Whoa.
Hold up. And you know what I mean? They're dancing and they're sweaty, and then they go back to some place and like, yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Who does these things? Who do you know? And why are they gross? Why are they?
No, I'm not. These are not people I know in real life. I'm just saying in general that happens.
These are your fantasized scumbags.
You don't think that happens in real life?
I know it happens. I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I hang out with these people. These are my friends.
Yeah.
Probably me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I've been many a place where I'm like, I just got off work, and the bitch next to me is like, "Oh, I just got off work too at this bar right around the corner." I'm like, "I work at Drake's right around the corner," and then
wow, you're really calling back to some specific examples.
Hey man,
yeah,
you know that I have knocked many. I have knocked many a bitch 20 yards from my place of work, dude.
You said I work at Drake's right around this corner. You want to have sex with me? Right around this corner, next to the dumpster.
We can go into the parking lot.
We can literally turn around the corner.
I know the guard in the parking lot. He'll let us go do it. Johnny, I got a burger.
Have either of you guys ever? Have either of you guys ever like fucked at work? At what any job?
At work? No.
At work? No.
I went to work. I've worked with someone I was fucking.
That's volatile. Why would you do that?
Yeah. I mean,
because I needed a job and I was fucking.
No, I know the descriptive. I know the fact of what you just said. I'm asking, why did you do it?
Because it was a really fast-paced job, so we didn't have time to.
Was it in a kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was also a cook, and everyone hit on her all day, and I just would laugh constantly. I'd be like, "That's so funny." Because she was a white woman with a fat ass, obviously, and and you know, people,
gross.
You know, even like some of our bosses, like one of our bosses, like texted her when there was like blackouts in the East Bay. And he was like, "Oh, I still got electricity at my house." And I was laying in bed next to her, and she's like, "Oh my God, look what Chef just sent me." And I was like, "That's fucking."
That's his pickup line. He's like, "Listen, I have electricity at my house.
I have paid my bills. I have electricity."
Yeah. No, it was just blackouts, and it's like, man, this guy would do well in the apocalypse.
Maybe not though. Well, it's because he had a generator. That's why he still had power.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't read her messages. I was like, "That's really funny. Let me know when you're ready to have sex again." I'm still watching the Dave Chappelle special. I don't give a fuck.
Anyway,
Sticks and Stones at this point, not the new one.
Yeah, the Sticks and Stones is better than the new one, just on the real. But Ian, what about you? To answer your own question.
No. Well, I mean, like it's not a real job or whatever, but I used to trim weed and I had sex there.
Oh well, that's a job.
Okay.
You got.
Well, that's a job. Are you getting paid for it?
You got paid for it.
I was, yeah. I was.
It's a job.
But yeah, I've like, you know, I mean, when you're bored at work, sometimes I'll do something.
You just go up to your coworker, you're like, "I'm pretty bored right now, so should we just like?
Should we fuck?
Should we just like?"
I mean, that was right damn near Drake some of the time. Just like felt like it at least. Yeah. After work, every night it was just like, "So are we going to a bar? Oh, who's going home with him?"
Yeah, I will say, I've never, you know, like I said, I've never done the dance with someone at work, but I did go to Drake's when Zach was working, and I took a woman there, and then I ended up, you know, later on that night. So
that counts.
Ian was working there too.
Oh, you were working there too?
We were. Yeah. I got him a job at.
That
was so dumb, dude. That was such a weird.
That was a very,
that work environment was
very intense.
insanity.
It was very, very hostile for sure, and just like
what was hostile about it?
Everyone
just
was
like
fucking.
yeah,
It was weird.
everybody's like fucking each other, and everybody's just yelling at each other. So it's like you have like the two people who are fucking each other. Like one of them's like running food for the other, and like the chef who's like the dude is just pissed off, so he's like "fuck you," and yeah, it's very vulgar.
You would just straight up just say "fuck you" and that kind of thing.
No, I'm being hyperbolic there, but I like somebody who is fucking someone
I've
else.
thrown pans in the kitchen before. Like
Jesus.
Yeah, Zach,
it was. I was a menace, dude. I was a menace.
that job was fun though, because like by the end of it, like I was just fucking around. Like I would just make like loud bird noises on the line.
Oh yeah, dude. That's where my legs stems from, bro. I would just scream, dude.
Yeah.
If you weren't screaming from behind the line, you weren't having a good time.
It was an open kitchen too, so like everyone was just like,
You know how many drunk people thought the kitchen was the bathroom, and I had to be like, no, don't eat the fries, please don't. That's a food hazard. Oh, your hands are in the fry bowl. Got to throw out all these French fries. That's happened to me twice.
Chris, have you ever worked in kitchens?
I was a busboy. I wasn't in the kitchen. I've never handled food. I've never handled food, and well, I did have to like prepare the little cold appetizer, but that doesn't count, you know.
No, it's still back of house, bro. Still back of house.
I mean, I guess I will say I understand a little bit about how a restaurant
culture
operates, because you know I was part of the team. I was just literally the lowest rung on the ladder. But I was working at a restaurant in Berkeley, and I just remember the servers were always drinking on the job, like all the time. And I remember that one time they called like a back of house meeting, or not back of house, but anyway, they called a meeting and all the employees had to go there. And then the owner was like, okay, so we have a couple items on the list that we're gonna like discussion items. And then at one point she literally is like, okay, so people have to stop drinking so much. Like you guys can't drink at work. Like you guys can't be drunk all the time. And I was like, wow, it's just so like, I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say here. But
gave
like,
us beer at Drake's.
These are adults, and then the other adult is like, guys, please stop being drunk. Like
it's the only job
like,
where
pay us more.
It's like baked in that you're drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You work in a restaurant, you're either on cocaine, you're always drunk, you microdose. Yeah. There's a lot of people that microdose, like the cool, chill, chill fucking employees you see that are like, oh man, it's okay. They're on shrooms, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes me feel pretty uncomfortable about possibly going back to Drake's at some
Christian,
point.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when you came to Drake's, I was probably on mushrooms cooking your pizza. There's like a
really
70% chance.
I was for sure.
Don't you
drunk.
feel like you could
drunk
lose control, like taking a hallucinogen at work, or did you just take a very small?
It's microdose.
I just took like I just take like I would take a cap at my lunch break sometimes.
Okay. But does that what do you get out of that? Because what I've heard is that shrooms are highly visual compared to LSD. They're more visual than LSD.
You get more tracers, I would say, but that's not.
I think that's probably.
I don't know what's a tracer.
It's like when the like when you're moving, the motion of something is kind of like staggered, and so you'll see like.
Okay.
I never took, or like there was one time where I was like, oh, I took too much, and I told my boss at the time, kind of like laughed at me, because she was cool and like, she will go unnamed because we're not getting anyone in trouble. But she was tight, and she was like, all right, just take like a little 10-minute break. And I just like went down outside and was fucking around with the leaves and shit. And I came back in, and as I was cooking, it was like a wood fire oven, you know, and I was trying to drop a pizza. And if you get too close, you'll like burn the shit.
your arm hairs go.
Yeah. And I was just high, you know, being a dumbass. I really got a little too close, and I fucking like burned my shit, and I was like,
singed all the
Yeah, everyone just started laughing at me, and I was like, "Oh, everybody knows." Like,
yeah, the news moves quick, bro.
Yeah.
As soon as you tell someone, "Oh, I'm a little fucked up at work," everyone at work knows. Everyone's going to be like,
so.
It's very toxic. It's a toxic work environment.
No. I was about to say that is such a chill work environment where you can literally tell your supervisor, "I took too much shrooms," and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, just take a breather. Just like go outside for 10 minutes and come back." Like
it's a good job, man. I have nothing but respect and love for all the folks that are still there. But there's like some wild shit. I saw like a couple of fights in the kitchen there where like
damn
small like older Mexican dude called this like much bigger and tougher Mexican dude like a homophobic slur, and like one of our coworkers who's like, you know, whose parents are Mexican explained to me, he was like, "Ian, like that's a whole like another level for like older Mexican dudes where like if you say that shit they will immediately fight," and like two grown-ass men just like throwing punches at each other in the middle of the fucking kitchen, and my dumbass is just standing there like, "Oh shit."
You're like, "I took too much." So you said one of the guys was clearly tougher. Did he win the fight?
Well, he was the one that actually hit back, and then they had to pull him off. So like pretty much,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. But it didn't really it didn't escalate that intensely. It was just like he laid a couple of them, and then two of our other coworkers just jumped behind him. We're like, "All right, come on." But
so
there was like
nobody got knocked out.
No, God, no. But like the little guy, his name was like Javier, and he just had like kind of blood going on right here, you know what I mean? And he had this like little mustache, and he was just like smiling the whole time. I was like, "You little shit!" Like he was just antagonizing this guy for sure.
Yeah. God damn, man.
Yeah, that was a funny kitchen for sure. There were a lot of like pretty wild stories just like that.
Working in a kitchen is crazy.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like it's not like a normal job. Like
and working at a kitchen or in a kitchen at a bar is exponentially worse. Exponentially.
What makes it worse?
Because alcohol is involved. Because
I know, but how does that manifest in specific like problems?
Oh, at Drake's, bro, people would puke like on the way to the bathroom all the time.
Yeah,
just because people were too drunk. Like a lot of like
your patrons are fucked. Your patrons are fucked up, and because it's a busy place, you'd have servers be like, "Oh, let's just get them plowed before the food gets out there." And then you have people that are like, I'm supposed
plowed. Wait, what does plowed mean? Is that like
drunk?
They all fuck on the tables. They all fuck together on the tables.
Yeah. They start.
Let's just plow the customers before we.
No, but like they.
Wait, are you saying they wanted to get them drunk?
Of course, they upsell them pitchers. They'll be like, the food will be like 20 minutes, up to 30. So buy a pitcher. It'll be
and then the tip will be bigger.
Well, not even that. It's a wiser decision because then they don't have to keep coming back. They don't have to keep being bugged with these fucking people. But then these people get drunk. And the kitchen, this place is situated so that you walk through like out of one of the dining rooms and one of the dining areas, and you have to walk past the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And both of the bathroom doors are swing doors, right? But so are the kitchen doors. Yeah. The kitchen doors are also swing doors across this little hallway.
So people think it's the bathroom.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's what I said earlier. Motherfuckers would walk onto the line and be like, "Oh, French fries. Oh, French fries." And they're drunk as shit. With like half puke hands and just in the fries, just let me get a fucking handful, boys. And you're just like, "Yo, nigga, watch out!" And then you get people like, and they're next to hot oil and fucking hot metal, and you're like, "Yo, you have to evacuate the area immediately." And their friends are also drunk, trying to grab this person through swing doors, and you're trying to swing the doors out. Oh my God, boy. And then they go into the women's restroom and you're like, "Oh wow, so funny, great. And now we got to kick them out. And they're,
Dude, those bathrooms are just like, it's a wild show.
Ooh,
It was like,
they had troughs, urinals. The urinal was a trough.
Yeah, that's
bro.
why. That's like for a baseball stadium, not a restaurant.
Dude,
no, that's for that type of restaurant. That's what they want.
No, but the thing is, like, it's funny to hear you say all this
people
shit
in there
because
all pissing at the same time.
it's funny to hear you say all this shit because in my impression of Drake's is that it's a little bit nicer. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a dive. Like I would take a woman to Drake's. Like I would go on a date at Drake's. Like it has a nice vibe, like a chill vibe. I wouldn't expect people to be like super smashed. Or,
there's
throwing up. And
there's
stuff.
baseball games. There's basketball games. It's Oakland, California.
It's just
there's
like a very
nights where you're like, oh shit, this crowd is gonna be aggressive and like.
Well, it's like really aiming to that like professional middle class crowd, and like those motherfuckers do not hold their alcohol.
They can't.
Like
at all.
notoriously bad. They just like because it's all like there. I remember there was one I was there were, like a bunch of people back of house in front of house were always like hanging out and shit like that. And one of the servers was talking to me about like they got a tab or like a table that was like $230, and it was all like dudes who had like Google shit, so like where it was like you guys are for show like working for Google, and like they threw a tip of like 15, like $20, you know what I mean? And it's just like these motherfuckers
for a $250 bill.
Yeah. And like just like pieces of shit who have a bunch of new money and just like don't really know what to do with it. And so like sometimes it would be that type of shit. Sometimes people would just like puke. There were always a couple of like especially like finicky customers, we always get like random ass orders for like no goat cheese or whatever the fuck it was. But in all honesty, like,
can I get the goat cheese Chevy with the goat cheese?
I don't want anything that comes from an animal with hooves. So can you make sure that my order doesn't contain that? No, I'm always uncomfortable with people, and I think, and I don't want to make a generalization here, but in my experience, like older people in Taiwan, I feel like sometimes they will make a fuss about something at a restaurant kind of to like throw their weight around a little bit. And like I've been to dinner and then the older person who's like taking me out to dinner, the food will arrive and the plate was chipped, and the guy calls the server over and he's like, look man, this plate is chipped. And that makes me he was like that makes me unhappy to see that. I don't feel good about this, and like it's like fucking up my mood. And I was like, dude, I felt bad for the young guy who was serving us. I was like, come on, man, like don't give this guy a hard time. He didn't choose this plate, you know what I mean?
He literally picked out the plate that was handed to him with the food on it.
What's the service industry like over in Taiwan? Is it like, I mean, I guess it's probably not exactly similar.
You don't niggas tip or what?
There's no tipping here. There's absolutely no tipping.
Motherfuckers. Perfect. I'll be right there. I'm on my way.
You might have like some communication like problem if you did try to tip someone. Like they'd be like, what? Yeah. Like what? You know what I mean? Like what are you doing? So there's no tipping
right there. Ian,
sometimes if you go to and actually I kind of wanted to move the conversation. I was waiting for Zach to come back, but I want to move the conversation to this next topic. But anyway, there's no tipping here. Sometimes if you go to like a fancier place, they'll have like a service fee or like a what do you call it? The uncorking fee, like the bottle fee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they don't have tipping as like a standard, and that's what I wanted to get to because you guys have both worked in kitchens. I've worked in a restaurant.
We've both been servers too, right? Ian,
I've never been a server. I was a busboy.
I'm saying. Ian. Oh, okay.
I never actually served. I worked like behind the register at this old Italian place. What were you saying, Christian?
Okay. But I was saying I don't tip at all. I don't tip, period. I do not tip at all. And I know that that's like the standard in the US. And I just want to know what you guys think about tipping. I know that you're not going to agree with me probably, but I want to know if you have any thoughts about it as a practice.
I'm like reverse of Christian. I like tip heavy in every scenario.
If I don't tip at least 20%, it's via DoorDash or another type of delivery service, I'll try to give them cash on top.
Yeah, I do that too. I give like all the DoorDashers cash.
And I also would say I tip heavily simply because there was multiple times in my life where I've worked in, as a server or as someone who's getting split tips, and it was just never enough. It's just never enough. Like, if you get paid, okay. The only exception to that was when I was working at Telegraph Beer Garden. I would rake in like $100 a night in tips, and I was a cook.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah, but they split it evenly over all the people that were working that night. So there'd be like 4 to like 6 people working, and we'd make like $600 in tips because it's a bar first and foremost, and then the burgers are like $13.
That's expensive.
Yeah, it's Telegraph. Telegraph.
Did you guys have the spicy aioli for your fries?
Ooh,
that's what it's called, right?
Aioli. We didn't have fries. Our kitchen was so small.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that, and you said the customers would all be like, "What? You don't have fries? Like you guys are like a burger place."
And we'd be like, "Yeah, burgers and chips."
That's whack as hell. That's terrible, awful.
The kitchen was literally like the equivalent of a hallway. There was a flat top grill. There was no room for any.
The kitchen was tiny.
It's just ridiculous.
Tiny.
There's 2 low boys next to each other, and then on the other side of the.
What's a low boy?
Like where you put like containers with like all your mise en place, right? Your little
I don't speak French.
It's like where your sliced tomatoes and like cheese is, like, for your burgers, right? So
ingredients.
Pretty much. Oh, the shit you need to keep cold. Like you have a tub full of like patties in there and shit.
I am extremely pro tipping, just to finalize. I'm definitely pro tipping, but I feel like it's also like very regional, right? Like in countries that have like a much higher minimum wage, or like my friend when she was living in Australia, she was like, yeah, people down there don't really like tip. I was like, huh.
Yeah. Well, it's just weird
because it's not, right?
It's just weird because it's not based on whether you make minimum wage or not, right? There are a lot of minimum wage jobs where they don't collect any.
Yeah, people don't tip at McDonald's.
People who work at Walmart,
Dairy Queen, right? Yeah, you don't tip at a grocery store.
Working at Walmart is like, and you can't even get drunk at Walmart to make it go by faster, like you could in a kitchen.
But you do anyway. Have you seen these motherfuckers? They're either drunk or on drugs.
I know Zach's seen Reservoir Dogs. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Some people may have not seen it. I'm just asking. But in the intro scene before the intro credits roll, the guy Mr. Pink. He gives that little speech. I'm with him 100%, man. The people who work at McDonald's, they might even need the tips more. A lot of them maybe don't speak English that well. They come from another country. Like they need those tips, but they don't get any.
You've just convinced me. I'm tipping every Walmart and McDonald's employee. Every single one.
Hey, get 2 McFlurries. I'm ordering 2 McFlurries. One of them's for you. All right.
I'm out here walking around like we go to Goodfellas, just handing every motherfucker 20s. You know what I mean?
I wish.
I can imagine if you did that, you just buy them a McFlurry, they'd be like,
they throw it in like.
I'd rather have the $2. Can you just give me $2 next time? Like, fuck, I don't want this. I've been chased down one time when I didn't tip. It was me, and I took a girl out to dinner, and it was the bill. The bill was like $30 for the 2 of us, and I didn't tip. And then we're literally like about to open the door, walking out, and the guy runs over, and he's like, "Sir, did I?" And it was a Korean restaurant, and he was this Korean guy. He was like, "Sir, did I do something wrong?" And I was like, "No, you did great, man." And he was like, "But you didn't tip." And I was like, "Yeah, no, but I spent $30 at your place." And he was like, he didn't know what to say. And I was like, "All right, bye." It was kind of weird.
Dude,
You didn't have to be ruthless about it. Jesus.
I was gonna say,
I just told him straight up.
Respect to just like, yeah, no, I don't tip. It's a
Yeah,
very
respect, bro.
I mean, I was just honest with him. I was like, "You did a good job, man. You didn't do anything wrong." And he was like, "Well, tip me." And I was like, "No, I paid for the food already. I'm not gonna give you just extra money. What am I, like Elon Musk? I don't have that kind of money." Yeah, I don't know. It's also just like, why
it's
don't
on
they
the employers. It's on the employers.
Exactly.
It's not
so
your
that's
fucking
why
fault. There's no reason why Americans should be obligated to tip. Because
you want to make
think about it. It's like us calling American football. It's like, why do you got to be such a dick? It's like us using the imperial system. It's like, if everyone else pays people well and gives them health care, it must work. Like you don't see all these other countries being like, we have $3 trillion in debt to China. For some reason, these other countries have.
I feel like you're taking a lot of things now.
Yeah, I'm bringing it all in. I'm connecting the dots, brother.
Okay.
And our military budget.
But I feel like you're connecting them in sort of like a Pepe Sylvia kind of way. You know what I mean? Like perhaps the dots are not. It's not a straight line going through.
It's more like a Salvador Dali, where the lines are melded across different.
Or like one of those constellations that the ancient Greeks came up with. It's like
that's a lion. There's four dots.
Yeah, exactly. There's like fucking four stars.
Fuck.
Does that look like a crab to you? It's like no, not at all. What the hell? Like.
The only ones that make sense are Big Dipper, Little Dipper, and I'm like,
no, and
Orion.
Orion is great because you can see like the shoulders and like the waist. Yeah, that one's really good. And the Dippers, of course, are good.
What's the? But I think Leo is probably the only other one that makes sense.
What is that? A lion?
Yeah, where it kind of has like the gaw, the gaw. The juggaw.
The maw. Is it maw?
The maw.
Right?
The maw.
The maw. Okay. Yeah. We're just No, but to go back to what you were saying, Zach, it's like, yeah, man, I agree. Like, why don't if the food is supposed to cost this much, just make it cost more on the menu and then pay the servers the right amount of money. Like
the issue here is
weird.
It's this they're trying to intersection fucking supply and demand, right? They're trying to meet the intersectionality of that, where it's like, okay, a family of four can't pay $32 for one entree, right? That's insanity. Mm-hmm. But that's what it should fucking cost. Like, especially now, supply chain issues, workers, and like, we're not giving any of these people benefits. We're not even like outside of tipping. You're not even giving these people like health insurance. There's no 401k. There's no vision. There's no dental. There's no yearly doctor checkups. Like there's none of that. And you're still paying them $5 a fucking hour if you tip them. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get away with paying them under minimum wage if they make tips. That's insanity, dude. Yeah. Because then you get niggas like Christian who'll be like, well, I paid for the food.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Why it's not your fault. But if there's enough of niggas like you,
why don't you just make it required? Why don't you just make it required?
Because then you're less likely to go to that fucking restaurant.
When I go to the corner store, they're not like, oh, this candy bar is $2, but you could give me 6. And if you don't, I'm going to stink eye you. But it's not, you don't have to, but you should. But if you don't, I'm going to fucking judge you. But maybe
everyone should tip their fucking nearest local market.
If it's going to be such a strong social pressure where everyone needs to do it, just put it into the menu price. That's all I'm saying.
I concur with that, and I think, but I'm not a dickhead in the meantime, dude.
This has been the PragerU anti-tipping video.
Candace Owens, give me a ring. I'm trying to fucking slay.
No, I mean it makes sense, bro. And like I feel like, the reflection of just like undervaluing workers is like, yeah. I mean, like none of these fucking workers have benefits. None of these workers get paid like a living fucking wage in most of these countries. And the thing that's like is hella crazy that people do make under minimum wage because their tips are technically counted as like part of the compensation.
That's ridiculous.
It's just like what the fuck?
You can literally be paid, I think, like $3 an hour.
Yeah.
If you make tips.
I think it varies state to state, right? Like some states that's not legal. Some states it is legal.
In California, it is. I think you can.
It is in California.
I think you can get as little as like $3.50 an hour.
California is a right to work state, I believe.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That means you don't have to join a union?
Correct.
Exactly.
Okay. But I think go ahead. I think in some industries you still have to join a union. Like I think in Hollywood you still have to join the actors union.
You saw that strike shit, the IATSE.
Did you say Yahtzee?
IATSE. They're like union.
Like the board game?
No. Their union is striking like pretty hard. Like a bunch of the, like non-big name workers are like, all right, we're striking for paid hour, like, because I think even though they're unionized, these big fucking production companies can pay a fee for not giving them like lunch breaks, and like it's a different.
What is Yahtzee? I don't know what Yahtzee is.
IATSE, IATSE. It's like the union of Hollywood. Yeah, actors, some.
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I also
it's currently happening. Like,
what is that? I got a call tonight.
You're bouncing, Ian?
Yeah, I got to bounce. It's getting late out here. Sorry, boys.
Where are you? You're not in California?
He's in Boston.
Yeah, I'm out in Boston, outside Boston, visiting my sister.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's like midnight out there.
Yeah, it's all good. I was going to be up this late anyway, so I figured I'd kick it with the boys for a little bit. But, yeah, I didn't mean to derail the concluding thoughts here.
It's all good. Zach, do you want to give some concluding thoughts?
Wait, what?
No. Do you want to give some concluding thoughts, some closing statements?
I mean, we're anti-tip podcast. No tips.
Yeah.
No tips.
We hate tipping.
No tipping. No penis tips. We cut the tips. No tips.
Yes, what we have here is a triage of Judeo-Christian intersectionality right here. Where with my Islamic, Wahhabism, my Sharia law ways, and my beard. I'm ready to hit the sand, dude. Not the beaches, but
not the beach.
Dunes. The dunes. I can't wait for the movie Dune to come out. Oh man, that's my film. I'm gonna be like, hey, sand, baby. I'm a fake black guy. I'm actually a camel jockey. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Duly noted.
My name is Arabic. Yeah.
On that note, camel jockeys, I will see you both next week. Hold it down.
Oh yeah, I did pay for Zoom, so this is gonna be I'm gonna schedule the meetings.
All right,
Ian, you out?
Yeah. I'll see you guys next week.
Later, man.
All right, boy.
Later. All right, so now it's
just
us.
The two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
All right, Bill Withers. He died last year, I think, or maybe that was early this year.
I think it was early this year, or maybe it was early last year. These last 2 years melded together.
Yeah, they really have. I completely agree. I have trouble distinguishing memories from 2020 and 2021.
2021 for sure.
Yeah, like they're just so similar.
I remember you visited. What was it? 2019.
No, I visited in the very beginning of 2020.
2020?
Right, I left the U.S. right before shit got crazy.
See, do you see what I'm saying? I'm just like, it feels like a whole year is gone to memory.
It feels like 1 year passed.
Yeah.
Like 2 years have passed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's just been 1 year.
It's weird how sitting in your house will make it. It felt like so long and drawn out, but then you remember back and you're like, oh, yeah, I guess that was only like 1 year. It's like, no, dude, you were in your house for a year. You were just in cryo sleep, just fucking. Did the money hit my account?
Yes. Yeah. Well, at least you got some stimulus. We just had some stimulus. Hold on, let me get out my drawer here. We just had some stimulus in Taiwan as well, but it's not real money. So what we have here is, I don't know if you can see this.
Now I can. 5,000.
5,000. So that's 5,000 Taiwan dollars, which is about 160 US. And
so one trip at the grocery store?
Well, yeah, one trip to Costco or something. And but it's not real money. They're vouchers, right? It looks like Monopoly money or something. So you can't use it for a lot of things.
No drugs. No drugs.
Yeah, you can't use it for like paying your phone bill or your electricity bill.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh,
you basically can only use it for goods. You know what I mean?
Like food and shit, and like
food and things you buy at the store. Maybe like a hotel. It's a stimulus, right? They want you to stimulate. The economy. Come on, guys.
I love how in the U.S. they're like, we know we sell drugs. Go ahead, buy your drugs. Start saying that.
They're like, we'll give you cash.
Use USPS. Please use the mail service. We want you to lose as many of your drug packages as possible. We're gonna sell them.
And we'll keep them.
We'll sell them back to you.
Will they?
Well, let's just say that I'm not the man with the mail truck, but I'm shipping packs.
The mailman?
Yeah, I wanna. Oh, there is a Lil Wayne song, Mailman.
There's a Lil Wayne song called Mailman.
I'm pretty sure.
I've heard Fireman. I don't know if I've heard
That's
Mailman.
A good one, but
yeah, Fireman's a pretty famous one, I think.
Oh, Postman. Oh,
Postman.
Wait
that's
a
the same
minute,
thing.
Mr. Postman. Mm-hmm.
That's not Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm. He uses that sample.
Oh, I see.
And I think it's a song where he's like playing the role of a postman, bringing a hungry housewife dick and post.
Is that the
Pull and post. That would be a great British theme strip club. Pull and post, where it's all just postmen just stripping. Welcome to the Pull and Post, madam. All right.
You mean like a male stripper club?
Yeah. Like a Magic Mike scenario.
Okay, yeah. Like you were thinking about this all day today, daydreaming.
Yeah, I'm trying to branch out into a different entrepreneurial pursuit. I'm thinking of getting thinner somehow, but also more muscular.
Getting even skinnier.
Just losing like the fucking 8% body fat I have somehow, and getting a 6-pack. Oh, Jesus Christ!
And then how is that?
And then starting a strip club. If you don't look like me, you can't get on that stage. If you can't move like Nassim, you can't get on that stage. And these motherfuckers will be like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." I'll be like,
I think you're too lanky for that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you had a 6-pack, I think you're too lanky. People would be like, this guy looks like you put a smaller guy in the stretcher and stretched him. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't, you know what I mean?
You're saying I look like Laffy Taffy Man?
Yeah, you look a little
Mr.
bit like
Incredible.
Gumby. Yeah.
Gumby. He was once a little green ball of clay. Gumby. You should see what Gumby can do today. Gumby.
Did you actually watch that show?
He can hop into any book with his Pokey Pal Pony or Pony Pal Pokey too. If you got a heart, then Gumby's a part of you. Did
you actually watch that show?
I remember my father bought us. My father. He bought a.
I remembered my father.
I remember my father. He was a good man. Still is, but he was one too.
He's still alive, but yeah, I also remember him being good in the past.
No, he bought us the Gumby movie, the VHS, right? And like Nassim and I, we love that shit.
Oh man, you remember the VHS days? That shit was so crazy. Where you'd have to rewind the whole shit.
Yeah, I do. Those were the days. Because then you could like just stop the fucking VCR and be like, I'll come back to this. And then you come back and you realize your mother has recorded over it with 4 hours of The View. And you cry deeply. And you say, Mom,
that's funny.
Star Jones is shit. Joy Behar sucks. What the?
Which one's Joy Behar?
Well, I'm not going to. Ian's left, so I'm not going to say any disparaging remarks. But the one with the red hair and the hook nose.
Oh, I don't know her.
You
I only know the famous one, Barbara Walters.
Oh.
Is that her on The View, Barbara Walters?
No, I think you're thinking of Joy Behar.
Oh, well, whatever. I never watched that show.
Well,
so I don't know anything about it. Speaking of shows, have you watched Squid Game yet? I've heard so much about Squid Game, but I haven't watched it.
I'm going to pause this recording real quick. I'll be right back. That's true.
All right, so we're back, and I was just asking Zach here if he's seen the blockbuster Netflix sensation Squid Game, which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it either.
All right, well, let's move on. That was a rich topic to mine for discussion.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You want to give closing remarks? I think the hour is almost up, basically. I think we've gone more than an hour.
We've for sure gone way over an hour.
All right, well, you want to wrap it up? You're the host.
I mean, fuck it. Hey, fuck y'all, dude. See you next week.